What is up, everybody on ThunderStruckGaming? My name is Smoke Roars, and this is the second gameplay I am bringing you guys on Thunder's channel. And once again, I want to thank him for doing this because honestly, it's awesome, and not enough people do it once they get big on YouTube. Hell, most of them don't even watch videos anymore once they get big on YouTube, let alone help people that are starting their channels or doing smaller channels for fun, which is the case that I would fall into. So yeah, my last video, what I thought was a good gameplay, I got some good reviews on it because I kind of shredded, but I got hated on a little bit because I brought you guys an MP7 gameplay, and I should have known I was gonna get hated on for that because it's like coming out with a silenced ACR MOAB, you know what I mean? It's easy mode. So I decided to go out and use a gun that's a little bit harder to get a good game with, and I decided to use the KSG. I've been ranking it up. You see I got my fall. I'm almost to the gold, the glorious gold, but not quite yet. So I'm running around with my specialist bonus because that is the way to get a MOAB. It just makes sense to not run out of ammo with the gun you're trying to get a MOAB with, and getting that damage and that range together is really what makes a shotgun powerful, because one or the other, you're going to get a lot of hit markers, or at least a lot more than you would get when you've got both. So, sticking it to a couple last stand kids and stuff like that in this lobby. A little bit about the gameplay. I am playing with a team in here. I'm playing with one kid from my clan and then a couple buddies, a couple from my old clan, but we've got a team of 6 in here. Trying to keep them at A, but, not really trying too hard to spawn trap them. But we're set up. I've got a good group of guys on my team, so it always makes getting gameplays easier, especially when you gotta juke some Texas like this and blow that guy the fuck up. Because that was awesome. That was an awesome juke right there. And Blast Shield Pro with my specialist definitely saved my life right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean anything because I get one of the worst lacks of a hit marker in the history of Call of Duty right there. I don't know how that happened. This is one of those games, I was 12-0 right there, and when you die on a 12-0, you kind of want to rage out, because right there I was thinking, man, I could put up a KSG MOAB right here, and it would be fucking awesome, and then just like that, it's gone. But you gotta stick it out, you gotta see what you can put together, get some long shots with your MP9, but you gotta go back to work, and this map is actually really good for a shotgun. I usually don't use a shotgun on it because it is so good with assault rifles, because it's got these long hallways, long lines of sight. It's really easy to get lazy and post up at the stairs or post up on car on left or even in connector. But using it this game, because it has all these corners, all these 90-degree angles where you can pop around that corner, and as long as they're in, like that guy, I killed that guy from so far away. Granted, he was hurt a little bit, but I one-shotted him. But there's all these turns where if you have really good timing and probably a little bit of luck, you can turn that corner and just take people out, and then use your dipping skills and just beast in and out of corners and really control a team. Because right now I'm working these spawn points. I mean, right there I was legitimately checking a spawn point. People spawn right in that corner. They've taken C, so I want to go back there, get them spawning on the A side again, and do the same thing. Work those spawn points, work those corners, run back and forth. Don't sit in a corner, but take over an area. When you're using a shotgun, you need to control your engagements to stay within a range that you feel comfortable one-shot killing somebody. Because, wow, that was a really long one-shot kill. But you need to be able to one-shot kill people, because the lever action, the pump action on the KSG is so long, it takes so long to get that second shot off, that if you get that point-blank hit marker, you're gonna get panic knifed, or you know, that MP7, UMP, ACR, anything, it'll drop you in a second. I mean, you die so incredibly fast in this game that to have long kill streaks with a shotgun takes a lot of luck and planning of where you're playing on the map. I've been doing this big circle where I run in and out of connector, hop out the window, run back under. Completely beast that guy. I saw him before I went around the corner. But I'm staying in this centralized location. I really like these hallways. I really like these corners because I don't want to have a long range gunfight with anybody, and I don't want anybody to see me for more than a few seconds. I just want to get in and out of there, you know, get a few kills. And these guys, these might be the biggest baby buffaloes that I've ever ran into in this game. They allow me to go on this little tear here, get the split quad feed. I'm looking for that second guy, and then take a quick look at the kill feed, and I realized that I headshotted the guy down the stairs too. So that was a nice little tear, even though those two guys were completely oblivious. I mean, that's just terrible that I got, what, 3 shots off without them even turning around. But you see, this is why I was talking about earlier that we want them on the A flag. I haven't gone back there to see yet because I'm playing with a team of 6. We know that they're getting it, so I'm going to keep controlling this area. I want to kill these guys as they come out of their spawn. Keep them spawning in the back of A. That whole courtyard area back there, I mean, you'll see me run in there a couple times, and yeah, that'll flip them. But they will just spawn here in groups. Get a bunch of little double, triple kills in here, and you can just go to town on an entire team. And really, if you're doing that with a shotgun in their spawn, and you are breaking their will. And I thought that was a pretty cool last kill for the Moab. Going another little tear right here. This kid's got nothing for me at the moment, and you know, one-shotting kids all over the place. And that death, if I hadn't just gotten the Moab, man, that death, that's like Total Modern Warfare 3 there. Where did that Semtex come from? I can't believe I got stuck there. It would have been awesome to put up like a little, you know, like a 50-0 kill game or something like that. But of course, the random Semtex comes flying through the doorway and ends my streak. But, you know, what better payback than to drop a Moab on the kid that just Semtexed you, and, you know, hopefully he thought that I didn't get it, because that would be awesome if he thought he buzz killed me. But nope, perfect timing, drop it, and drop the Moab. That wasn't exactly one of the quickest ones I've ever gotten, but it was probably one of the most satisfying I've had. I'd say that one and my Silent Spaz Moab are probably the two that I thought were the most badass, because, you know, especially at this point, Moabs are a dime a dozen. And you know, I deserve to be called out for posting an MP7 Moab last time. I thought it was a really good game. It was like a 67 and 10 or something, and I got Dominator. But, you know, you guys are right. If you're dropping Moabs and posting them, you know, with the gun, it's like putting up a FAMAS gameplay in Black Ops, and so I've started venturing out a lot more. You know, got Silent Spaz Moab, KSG Moab, and I think I have a couple like M60 Moabs and stuff like that that I haven't put up. But yeah, the thing about this game is every gun is good. You might have to use them in their own particular way, but every gun in this game will kill you. It's not like Black Ops where the SMGs were so outclassed, other than the AK-74U, and really I enjoyed the MP5. A lot of people didn't like the recoil on it. But every gun in this game is useful, and you know, I've gotten a PM9 Moab, and you just have to play to the gun you're using. And you know, I couldn't drop a KSG Moab on every map, but by playing the map like I did, controlling the corners, controlling the hallways, I was able, you know, to get it done. And I go 51-4 with a couple of deaths that I probably could have avoided and get the Moab streak. But I just want to thank Thunder for putting this out on his channel. Appreciate it. ThunderStruckGaming is awesome.